Oh, we getting the microphone. All right. Welcome everyone to Systems Lab Live, April 10th edition. Excited to be with you all here today as we embark upon the second week of a brand new series called Collaboration in Real Time. Collaboration in Real Time. And so during this particular series, we're really breaking down key topics about how we can be more intentional about our collaboration opportunities, especially as project managers, especially when we are busy doing all the things such as managing the work, leading the teams, developing processes, doing task updates, and everything in between. And so there is such a call to action, so to speak, on what we can actually do to collaborate better. They say collaboration is a team's newest superpower. And I do believe that that is true. I do believe that's true. I want to say that was either, man, was that Asana or that was another report, but I thought it was a good report in talking about the different ways that collaboration can take place. But I also have heard on the other side of the coin that collaboration can be overwhelming, right? And that there's too much collaboration, and that when that happens, then people also don't know how to exercise their particular skill or their superpower. So there's definitely extreme, what do you call it? The extreme side of things, right? Team collaboration, and then some people are anti collaboration, but I believe that we can meet in the middle. So we're going to get into all of that later on into the show. But first, we want to do a check in. What is everybody working on? Would love to hear about what is April bringing for you? What projects are you working on? What are you finishing anything up? Are you embarking upon anything new? I want to welcome all of the folks that are new to Systems Lab Live and those that are the veterans. Welcome to the program. This is a weekly live show for project managers, project leaders, those that are leading out dynamic programs and projects and initiatives. And we focus every week on the everyday work, really the leading of teams, the managing of projects, and the developing of processes. And so we intersect technology, operations, and people. And so I'm very glad to have you all here and interact with you all. So please continue to let me know what you're working on this week. What's your focus? You maybe have a goal of the month. Would love to hear about the projects and the work that you are looking at. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. I did. It was fantastic. Everything from Good Friday on to doing some cool running around and visiting a farmer's market. I was a cookie delivery lady, so I was able to do some fun stuff there. Then Resurrection Sunday, which was very powerful, and loved it. And so this was just a fantastic weekend. And so had the opportunity to even to share on my Facebook. So it was a busy day as well. So I didn't get to necessarily post everywhere, but I at least wanted to post on Facebook 28 years ago, being able to, give my life over to Christ. And so that was a monumental moment. And so I wrote a great Facebook post and tagged my uncle in it. And it was a special time in my life of growth. And really at the time I didn't get to put all of it in the Facebook post, but I was thinking at the time, I was like, I didn't even know all what I was getting myself into when I was going for the altar call. But one of the things that is beautiful about being in relationship with Christ is that each and every single day you're renewed, and he has his hand over you. And it's just it's a beautiful story, really, and an evolution of who God can be in your life, even when you're in the fourth grade all the way up until you're in your 30s. He grows with you. And so Yeah, it was good. It was really, really good. Had a great croissant as well. So it was a great weekend. It was a great weekend ahead. Had a few calls today. Had some really good discussions as well. Focusing again, this is about teamwork and collaboration, and so we'll definitely going to be talking in some future live streams. Ways in which we can, as we talked about even in last month about leadership, right? And how there's three components into this thing called managing the projects and managing the work. There's the leadership, the strategy, and the execution. And we're going to be walking through each of those elements. Last month we focused on it's a people thing. We talked all about leadership and how we communicate with one another, how we should be leading teams and everything. And so there's been some really great conversations about even being able to pivot in the midst of a strategy you might even think is working well. But the thing about people first project management is that you put the people first, put the people inside of the process. You lead with the people in mind. So we have a few things that we are going to be focusing on. It's For tonight. We are going to continue on our Black Tech Effect journey, where we are going to be highlighting 5 entrepreneurs from the Black Tech Effect report, and I'm going to pull them up. Let's see, where is a Black Tech Effect? Black Tech Effect. Okay, here we go. Black Tech Effect. This report is powered by the Plug and the Tech We Want, a program of the Omni Diar Network. This was released in January of this year. The Plug TP Insights. It was created by Sherelle Dorsey, and so this and the Plug just recently just retired. The whole team or the whole entity just retired. But what I like about the Black Tech Effect and why we're continuing to review 5 companies each week is because of the budding and developing interest that I've had in terms of product and how you can apply product management strategies to everyday work, but also how do you even create product? What does it mean to have an agile team? And so, why not, through the lens of the Black tech ecosystem, dive into what people are creating? So, that's what we're doing here today. We are going to be looking at 5 of the reports. And yeah, so let me get into the ReadWise app. So if you're not familiar with Reader is a great tool. Oh, excuse me, ReadWise is a great tool where you can, if you read a lot of Kindle books like myself, I am reading on the treadmill all the time, reading in different places. So I like to highlight. And so what I do is I have ReadWise pull the highlights and actually put them in a Notion book. So, which is great, a Notion notebook. Now, probably one thing that I probably would love for Readwise to do is at least put the chapter, because that's probably where it gets a little bit hairy, is that you don't always know what chapter the particular highlight comes from. They kind of, yeah, it's kind of the Kindle page and whatnot. So that parking can get a little bit confusing. You can also use this tool to save tweets as well. And one thing that I'm going to share this tab right here, Readwise in particular. Readwise is where you can take any website, yeah, pretty much any website, and you can highlight different things. You can make notes on it. So I've been using this for maybe the past 2 months or so. It's in beta, so I know that they are constantly working on updates and everything. And so, yeah, so I'm just going to click the first one and then we'll get into the lesson of the day. The lesson of the day, which is we're going to be talking about the 3 keys to creating a collaboration plan. So, cannot wait to share with you some of my thoughts on that. Then we're going to get into a little bit of the builder segment as well. And yeah, we're going to be rocking and rolling. So, all right. So, Blue Cedar is a cybersecurity mobile SaaS software as a service in San Francisco, California, by John Aislinn. Blue Cedar takes a mobile first approach to securing mobile apps, providing multi-layer app defenses through Blue Cedar platform, allowing companies to efficiently deploy mobile apps to end users with no code inclusion of Blue Cedar or third party app security controls. Yes. So Blue Cedar. So we see this right here, Blue Cedar. So it's a mobile security app. It looks like, this reminds me of some of those other apps that have like tokens and things. I wonder if it's like that. But it looks like they integrate with different types of other platforms as well. Blue Cedar Enforce, Blue Cedar Connect, and Blue Cedar Platform. So Blue Cedar Connect, I'm actually just going to look at that. It looks like they have the whole product suite. Zero trust access. Blue Cedar provides zero trust access for mobile apps and is ideal for build your own device environments and unmanaged devices. So I like this. Basically, it protects you from any sort of unsightly characters online and helps to keep the apps in your phone or your devices safe. So super, super interesting. We're going to head on over to Cadre. And you can get access to the report from the blacktecheffect.com. So we're just going to go through each of them at a high level. Cadre, we're revolutionizing commercial real estate investing. You're invited. So Cadre, founded in 2014, Harlem, and it's not Harlem, New York. I thought it was Northeast region. It's real estate tech. Cadre is a real estate technology startup offering individuals and investors access to commercial real estate investments. The software identifies top markets by analyzing historical returns, growing in 2 years, and potential for liquidity in each market. So, a commercial. So, they have a direct access fund, deal by deal offerings, ways to invest. So, those that are in real estate but want to jump into how the technology sector is leveraging real estate, this looks like a really great place to really start to look at. I'm sort of looking here let's see, 3 ways you can invest. Diversify portfolio, real estate. This is where I even just need to even educate myself more on all the terminology. So, commercial real estate, we develop innovative technology to supplement our professional expertise and support our premier commercial real estate deals while providing unparalleled options for liquidity. Why now? So they have that there. Why you? And so they have lots of different case studies too. This is great. 2014, so they've been around for a while. Next up, this is not a stranger to anyone, which is Calendly, which is one of your go-to scheduling automation platforms. New for marketing and sales, schedule qualified account match meetings directly from your website. Calendly, this was started in 2013 in Atlanta, Georgia by Tope Atwantana. Let's see. It's one of the leading schedule automation software developed to eliminate back and forth messaging and coordination. The company, which is used over by 10 million users to arrange meetings and events, is the latest Black-owned startup to reach unicorn status. Yeah, Calendly is a really, really great platform. I have investigated this a lot. There's just one feature, and I'm sure it's on its way for me to actually do my own conversion. But one of the things that I definitely want for Calendly is to be able to have different the ability, especially with Zapier, which is a tool that uses to connect different devices. I know for me, I need different calendar types to be able to pull information from Zapier. Right now, it just has like attendee confirmed or attendee confirmed. I need more specificity in the calendar types, and I think either that's a Zapier issue or a Calendly issue. So I'm constantly thinking of ways of like, okay, like how else can I use Calendly? But I like this aspect of me being able to have my own Airtable, which has a database of people, and so I need specific information that I can't seem to pull from Calendly via Zapier. But nonetheless, this is one of the leading platforms. It's very easy to use. It's very user friendly, and I like it a lot. I really do. I think it's a great product. Cancer IQ, precision cancer prevention for all. Cancer IQ makes it easy for health systems to personalize cancer prevention and early detection. Our comprehensive solution standardizes risk assessments, track medical management changes, automates documentation, and more, so staff can focus on what matters most, helping patients stay ahead of cancer. This is powerful right here. Yeah, patient navigation, screening, risk assessment, care management plan. So they right here, which is they meaning Cancer IQ. They were founded in 2013. It's woman owned, healthcare big data, and they are the value-based care system, which is being used by clinicians at more than 180 locations across the country, converts oncology data stored in unstructured enterprise data warehouses into research quality data for secondary use among healthcare professionals and patients, thus creating a more precise approach to screening and risk reduction. I think this is really important to be able to take the data, streamline it, have it in one centralized location. So Cancer IQ, this is really good. Cancer IQ is this is some good stuff right here. And last but not least, this is Captain. This is Captain. Captain is founded in 2021 by Demetrius Gray. Fintech, Walnut, California. Captain helps provide relief and simplifies the process of rebuilding a home from following natural disasters and repairs. Brilliant. Captain advances monies to contractors so rebuilds and repairs can happen more quickly without waiting for insurance and mortgage companies to process claims. I am sure that this will catch fire if it has not already. Captain got an adjuster to my house when State Farm wouldn't match me to an approved contractor. They made my first claim easy. Wow. What Captain is doing is so much important because we could have saved so much time if we had known some details after we lost our home to the Marshall Fire. So they help policyholders, contractors. They manage the relationship between the contractor and the insurer, provide payment plans for your deductibles, and offer extended warranties on your home repairs. I love it. This is pretty. Yeah, like it says, there's a little icon here on the report that says up and coming. Has to be up and coming. Has to be because this is like pretty brilliant. Pretty brilliant. All right, we've spent some really good time again with the Black Tech Effect report. Definitely you want to go and check that out. The blacktecheffect.com, where you can go download the report, the methodology, if you want to go all the way back to maybe it's the first live stream about this, so that was maybe it's a long time ago. I don't know, maybe it was the end of February. Maybe it was the end of February where I talked about the methodology and the report. So it's either that or the first week of March. But nonetheless, I put it up here on the screen, and the blacktecheffectreport.com. Check it out. Really, a lot of really great and useful information, really good and useful information. So one thing that we are most certainly going to be doing right now is transitioning over to process and flow. What's good about process and flow is we are going to talk a bit about um, some things about collaboration, but I definitely want to bring to your attention. Miro had a really good blog last summer on the 5 things C-suite leaders need to understand to optimize hybrid collaboration. So let's kind of set the stage of what we're talking about and why we're talking about this particular topic. Collaborating in real time, this is something where when we're talking about working together as a team, sometimes we are having a few missteps. We are not able to get, clear communication on deliverables. We have late late deliverables, missing deadlines. We're having some of the quality of the work not be where it needs to be. So, what does that look like? The teamwork aspects, traditionally we're looking at like, okay, like how are we going to, work together? Like we need to be a team. Okay. So when we want to elevate this level of conversation to talk about this collaboration piece, and so that's been a coined term over the past few years, but really this past year there's been such a heavy emphasis on collaborate. And so what we want to do this month is really pull back the layers of collaboration, and really sort of look at it from a few different perspectives, especially those that are project managers. And we really want to do that. The definition of collaboration is the action of working with someone to produce or create something. So that's the first and foremost definition. Collaboration, the act of working with someone to produce or create something. So we hear a lot about, especially in the world of entrepreneurship and brand building. You need more collaborations. You need to collaborate with this person. And so by definition, that is what people are doing. They're doing the collaboration. They're working with someone to produce or create something. So let's look at that definition and apply it really to especially for us as PMs, the everyday work. What does it actually look like to actually collaborate with someone to produce or create something? Many an easy win or an easy example is, yeah, we can collaborate on, just putting a presentation together, right? But we're talking about really infusing collaboration into the life of a team, making it a regular type of thing, right? And so we went over, um, I want to say it was last week, or some other time, where we had a particular concept of what we should do with our collaboration. But a few things that I wanted to review is that while there isn't a perfect way to collaborate, because I believe that many people feel like collaboration just should be spontaneous, and that it should be, just you just go and you just collaborate. But I believe that if you are working together regularly with people, it could be 2, could be 3, could be 4, could be you and another person. You really want to start thinking through, as a team, what actually does collaboration look like? I believe there should be some sort of rules or structure in place so that you are collaborating effectively. Because, by the definition, you should be working with someone to, you're taking action on something, you are producing something. So there's a result, there's something that is being created or produced. So there's some misconceptions, I believe, all on collaboration. I want you to put a 1 in the chat if this is resonating with you, if this is making sense to you, right? Misconception. You need to be collaborating all the time. Okay, that's a number 1 misconception. Okay. And that's just not true. You do not need to be collaborating all the time, right? I think that an environment, a business, an organization, an entity that encourages collaboration is great. But to actually, turn around and be like, oh, all day long, everybody's collaborating. Me, for an extrovert, I would probably fall in love with that, right? Because, that is, something that I would find to be important, and really relish at the idea of like, okay, I get to collaborate with everybody. There is something that does happen when you are gathering together with a few more people and really starting to work through the idea, looking at what the problem is asking for. What is it looking to solve? X, Y, and Z. Okay. So we have that aspect of it. Okay. Let me make sure that I'm making it make sense. Collaboration should be organic, meaning it should just be free, right? Like it should really focus in on like the or organic nature of the collaboration. And so I think there's a few different things too. I think because we may use the wrong terminology for what we mean. So there is spontaneity, which happens like randomly, right? And there's really no structure in that. And then organically, I think we're looking at it from the perspective of just let it be natural. And so I believe that people believe collaboration should be spontaneous. Like, hey, like let's call a few people up. Let's just start working. Then I believe there's an organic part about collaboration where you are having a natural progression to get to know someone and collaborate on spec- a specific opportunity. Okay? I do believe that. Is this resonating with you all? Right? Is this resonating with you all? Let me know. Shout out to Team Coda. Team Coda. I love it. And yes, you just saw it. Stanley. I'm into the Stanley mug movement. Okay. I love it. Okay. 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 Lastly, in terms of the misconception, collaboration will create too much dependency on each other. So again, I think we gotta pull it back. You can have a healthy amount, and again, healthy is gonna be everybody's thing. You can have a fair amount of collaboration, okay, without this aspect of dependency. Because again, collaboration has a goal. There's outcomes that are involved. Typically, you're not just let's just collaborate on this just to collaborate. You are looking to take an action on something to produce something. So what is that something? And we're going to get into how you can create a collaboration plan. Okay? I know many of you all haven't heard of that. You heard of communications plan, right? And maybe you could, put a little clause or a section in there. But let's start really mapping out what does our collaboration experience is. What should they look like? Mm? What should they look like? I'm gonna pull up my note. Okay, let's look at that. Okay, So I want to give a few tangible steps that we should take in the development of a collaboration plan. Shall we talk through it, and then we're going to talk through the Miro blog. I'm going to weave some things in as well. So I love this. I want you to think about, and I'm thinking about, my PMs out there, those that are in marketing, branding agencies, social impact, what's going on. I'm thinking about you all in that service provider type of role, that I am producing something for someone else to benefit from. I believe that you should really start out with looking at where are the opportunities for collaboration? How would it be beneficial? Okay. And, truth be told, not everybody's going to be a great collaborator. That is so true. Yeah. Not everyone will be. And what is there to be done? When it's something like that, make sure some of these questions in the chat. Okay. So we definitely want to hone in on this topic, or definitely add it to the comment section as well. I'll look forward and honored to answer a question or two. I want you to think about what projects or tasks have been bumpy, what's been chaotic, right? I think that's really important. What's been bumpy, what's been chaotic, what could maybe use, somebody that you could really connect with. Okay. Who can be a thought partner with you? Who can be a thought partner with you on a particular topic? Very good. Good. Think through that. I want you to identify your collaboration tool. And I'll go back to identifying where collaboration is beneficial. And so I think we often think that every single thing that we do involves a collaboration, when that's not the case within in teams all the time. And it depends again on project type, and it depends on the structure and all of that. But even with agile teams, they are going to be super, collaborative at certain points within the process. But there's folks that, they go back to their laptops and whatnot, and yeah, they're eventually gonna be working by themselves, right? And that's just important to note. Just important to note. Identifying your collaboration tool. Let me take a sip off of this. Because many people think that collaboration just only takes place in person, or in Zoom or Google Meet. When in fact, you could use a Slack huddle. You could also use async communication. So you can use Loom, you can use Miro, Whimsical, MS Teams, or your ClickUp or your Slack channel, which is good. And you could say, all right, well, I want to get feedback on this particular document. What do I do? Bust out a Loom. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Got something in here. Bust out a Loom. I did that last week. It was wonderful. It was enthralling. I don't see myself, giving up a good old Loom. And there's other ones that people have recommended. I just have not fully seen myself seat myself in that way. Does that sound good, folks, so far? Talk to me about that. The Miro report says that strong collaboration networks breaks down silos. which this is good. The pandemic renewed public and academic interest in how virtual teams operate. A Microsoft led study published in Nature Human Behavior discovered that the shift to remote work made employees feel and act more isolated from their companies and peers. That's a true statement. The shift resulted in less collaborating with anyone outside of their strongest ties, a decrease in knowledge sharing of complex information and ideas, and siloed patterns of communication. I think this is definitely important to note because while, yes, you miss the collaboration, you miss the active engagement, that knowledge management piece, I think people are really feeling it, right? Like really feeling the effects of someone coming in one day, maybe working with you, have a whole lot of knowledge, and then slowly but surely slipping away. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just slipping away. So what do you do? I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. That ain't it. Okay. I'm gonna tell you to you straight. So when we're talking about like hybrid teams and hybrid communication, and this is again where you can literally add elements of your collaboration plan inside your communication plan. So you can talk about where you're going to store knowledge. So the ability of a knowledge worker to effectively access or transfer knowledge from other parts of an organization is function not only of diversity of connections, but also the strength of those connections, which is really true. It's not just the knowledge and the actual like knowledge itself. It's how people are going to be giving it up. Okay. How is it going to be tagged and categorized? I'm going to take it to the next level. So we're going to talk about some knowledge management over the summer. We're going to have a good old time. I believe too, and I'll put a poll up. Li be killing it with the excuse me, I'm not. Li crushes it with the polls. So I'm definitely going to ask about like summer topics. I feel like we should go in heavy with data and just go crazy. PMs and data. Accessibility is at the intersection of every collaboration. We're talking about no barriers to communication for people to possibly interact with across web tools and digital tools, people with disability or restrictions. Yeah. Yep. So this is really why this kind of gets it to the crux of even work from home or return back to work issues. Accessibility. Do you have technology that's going to be inclusive of people's, physical or mental or what have you, whatever that is? Have you made room for it? Is the question. Things just to think about, right? You may not even be in a position where you can, do that now, but you can just start by having a really solid communication plan. Okay. We started a little bit late, y'all. We're going to go and we'll finish up, identify your collaboration tool, be intentional, and then we'll just wrap it up. We'll wrap it up with next steps, and then builder's plan. We going to go in next week on that. But let's look at this, y'all. So Loom, Miro, Google Docs, make sure you're identifying your collaboration tools. Be intentional with your collaboration opportunities. So the meetings that you schedule, send out that calendar invite, that description, set out the intention, the tone, make a plan. What are you going to do? And explain the activity and the outcome. Make sure you have follow-up. Make sure you have follow-up. Want to be able to make the plan. And this was pretty harmless, right? Like, it's pretty straightforward, and I wanted it to be that way because we shouldn't overcomplicate it. And I want you to start, even if you are already collaborating, think about doing a little audit, seeing how it's going, and then make some small adjustments. Make some small adjustments. So, what your biggest takeaway here tonight is that to review this entire live stream, okay? And number two, what you'll want to do is go through the big three, which is these main points. Identify where collaboration is beneficial. Think about what projects or tasks that have been bumpy or chaotic. Identify your collaboration tools of choice: Loom, Whimsical, Miro, etc. Be intentional with your collaboration. Make a plan, set out a calendar invite, explain the activity. Make sure this information is accessible in one location, a single source of truth. A single source of truth. Let me pull up more and see if there's anything more on this. Flexibility activates creativity, which is so very true. Being able to really, when you're able to be more flexible about the approach, the idea, what have you, you can really get your best out of your team members. Definitely. That's right. That's it. Well, thank you all for tuning in for the Systems Lab Live. We will do a bigger builder segment, and like I said, I don't know if I'll just, instead of doing one every week, I gotta restructure it. I already gotta restructure it. So maybe it is just straight lesson and then just go straight into the builder segment. We'll see how that is. But that's all that I have for you all tonight. We'll be back next week, which is going to be really exciting. Tech tools and teams, more on collaboration. Oh, we definitely going to be building this one. And I cannot wait. So we're going to talk about technology tools. We'll do some demos, do some really cool things. And then we'll also definitely do some BTS with what it is that I'm building and what I'm doing. But you know what I'll do? See, because listen, you know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna go ahead and go and do the preview for it. We're just gonna go ahead and do the preview, and we'll get into deep explanation of this. Hold on, y'all. Oh. Oh, this is funny. Let's see. Let's see. I didn't mean to tap. Let me open up my podcast. Oh, here we go. Y'all gonna love this. Mm. Mm-mm. I'm excited about this. Ooh, let's switch it over. Okay, hold on. This just gets, listen, this is about a new level of excitement to me. Okay, so this is debuting the podcast roadmap board. Okay, so y'all, when you get on this board, you'll see this. This is get to know me. Okay, let me get this little banner thing off. So you're going to get to know me here. This is the current pod landscape and future forecast right here. So you guys understand what I'm doing. Okay. You can check out the podcast here. And then what I am is I'm asking for feedback. Structure, audio, call to action, other thoughts. So you got stickies right here. Boom. And then this is really like the roadmap. This is all of the elements of it. And I'm going to fill it out as we go. But this is really the board. And I hope to do more. We're probably going to kick off even like more of this, like probably in May. I'm going to get through the LinkedIn Content Accelerator, which I'm excited about. Yeah, but I just wanted to show you this, which is super dope. I think I'm going to have a board that says like questions. Do you have questions? I'm actually going to do this right now. See, I thought I was like, oh, I'm not going to have a whole on builder segment. Hold on. I was going to. And this can really be like Q&A. This would be dope. Ooh. Q&A. And then, yeah, I would say maybe this is just like, yeah, add your question here. And then what I'll do is another color. Probably I'll put another color. That would be my answer. I'll put an arrow. Brilliant. So yeah, I'll put this in my bio and then people can start adding comments and questions. So I'll make sure to put like a little instructional thing to be like, all right, write your question and I'll answer it. So we're going to do this and we're going to do this publicly and we're going to have a great check-in and we're just going to be real about like how we're rebuilding this podcast in public. So I'm excited. I'm glad I remembered and wanted to push and show you all the board. I was just like, so this is good. This is really good. So we'll go through the full thing. But that's it. That's it, y'all. I will talk to you all soon. But yeah, this is a podcast board. And like I said, I'll put the thing here. Yeah, right here. And we'll do an end type. Cool. And then right here will be my answer. Cool. Yep. That is it. Cool. All right. Thank you all for tuning in to the Systems Lab Live. Thank you. And I will be talking to you all soon. See you guys next week. Bye.